Okay, part two. I'm trying to get down to business, because I only want two parts. This isn't John 3:16. It's not a big reflection, and there was a whole part of me running. I'm sorry. Um, that was just an awkward pause. I should have had those ready. I'm sorry. But we have this talk, like I said, and in the talk, we highlight all these things that we're not going to do. It lasts about 3 weeks. And then you're back to, making out, going to different areas. And I'm going to tell you, the only issue I ever have is that you cannot go back. You can't go back. After you do something, you can't act like it never happened. And I told myself, I don't need that talk again. I know in here, I need to zoom out, because it'd be more effective. Whoa, yeah. We're gonna, in here, in my heart, woof, I knew that talk wasn't going to be needed again. Because if I couldn't understand it now, what was going to tell me I could understand it ever? And it's the man's job, one thing, I was praying a lot in adoration, and one thing I got out of it, is it's the man's job. It's not the woman's job. It's the man's job. It's even things like sodomy. That's not what God intended to go on. Sodomy is anal sex. Is not good. It's not. My rule of thumb in my life is if you need to use anything else besides what God gave you, you shouldn't be doing it. And it's weird. It's not. Why do you think Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed? Why do you think gay sex is wrong? It's not just because it's a man and a man. It's because it's a man and a man sharing in sex that was never meant to happen. I first want to give a big shout out to my chair. Before I go on, I never mentioned the last one because I was trying to get to the point. This chair, I want to just show you. It's a slip cover. This fabric stuff here, I'll actually take my laptop down and show you, is really stinking old. But I love this chair. I begged my dad to keep this chair because my dog used to like to lay on it. But anyway, I digress. It's society, and we can blame society as much as we want. Society didn't do anything. It did, but it didn't. Society, yes, is bad. In some cases, there we go. It can be really bad. But it's also us. It's us as people. I think often we're quick to blame society. We're quick to blame other people. We're humans. That's what we do. We always blame the other person. Officer, what about the guy who was speeding in front of me? Officer, I'm not the only one who doesn't wear my seatbelt. Why should I get penalized? Well, because you're the one who got caught. It's that simple, It's because if you die tonight, if you were to die tonight with a mortal sin, religion and theology tells us you're going straight to hell. I don't want to see any of you going to hell. I don't want to go to hell. I think it's odd for me, because I always think about death. I don't know why, at the most random times. I think about death because it is just, it's one of those things, and that's scary. for me. Partially because my genetics doesn't exactly show a long living life. I don't have any medical issues or anything. It's just that, and I know I'm really getting off topic, but it's going to come to a point. You know, a lot of Mechlings don't live over 69 or something like that, I think. I think the oldest was like 80 something. I mean, my grandpa died of a heart attack when he was 55. My grandma died of lung cancer when she was 63. My other grandma died of, I guess, what would have been a heart attack at 50 something. My grandpa's still living at 78, I think. I don't know, he's decently old. But my point is, I don't want to die with a mortal sin, you know. We could all die tomorrow. We could all die tonight. We could all die right now. This could be the last thing I ever do in my life. Which is freaky. Now, I just want to go back to purity, though. Because I think I spent like 2 minutes on something that it was just me thinking out loud. But purity. And it's hard. It is hard to live a pure life. Pure of alcohol and drugs and sex. Especially sex, though. You know, you can avoid alcohol. You can avoid drugs easily. But sex, especially when you're dating somebody. I'll tell you, I dated Michelle for two and a half high school years. I'll give it that we started dating at the beginning of the second semester. So 2.5 high school years. Meaning 4.5 semesters. I can tell you, I had more questions of what have you guys done? Have you had sex? Or it was never have you had sex. It's have you banged her? Have you effed her? Have you done this? Have you done that? Why is it you're finally during football season? I got so pissed off. Sorry for the language, and I almost stopped, but I got so angry. I just said, why is it your business? Why is it your business? Like, come on. There was somebody, I don't even know who he was. He apparently knew me. He apparently was dating Brooke Westfall, who I hadn't seen since, like, freshman year, when her and David Glockfelty broke up. But he's like, hey, have you had sex with your girlfriend? I was like, no. He's like, has it caused a fight? I was like, no. He's like, well, the best part is the angry sex after. And then he went to, like, describing angry sex. I just turned off. You know, I don't want to hear about your sex capades. I don't want to hear about anybody's sex capades or anything. I just want to live my life. Let the kid live. Okay, I gotta go this way, phone. Let the kid live his life. Why can't I live my life my way? And if you don't want to hear about the way I live my life and why it's great, then just go live your life. You'll find it someday. And I hope it's not too late. You know, I think that another thing Bob Rice says on his blog, and I think I might have put this in here, but no, it was close to the end, so I didn't. And it says, what if you are sexually impure and you miss your vocation? Or what if you are so promiscuous that you miss that person who's perfectly made for you and you get married 6 times? I have a great uncle. He's been married 6 times. I've met 3 of his wives. 3. Only 3. But he's been married 6 times. I don't want to be that guy. I want to stay pure for that first time. And I know God has told me, and other people, other saints have interceded for me, that who I'm dating now is the person I am meant to be with. I might do a part 3. I have the gift to gab right now. I think God gives us these gifts,